EU lawmakers are betting President Trump isn't the type of guy who reads the small print.
Trump can say yes, zero tariffs for US products in Europe. And probably he will not look in detail on the conditions.
So EU legislators just agreed how to fulfill their end of the bargain on a controversial trade deal with the US. Let me give you some context here. This is all about this handshake deal last year between Presidents Trump and von der Leyen. Now, this was seen as a very bad deal for Europe, just the best the bloc could get in the context of its heavy dependence on the United States for its defence. The idea was to lock in some level of predictability for big businesses like Germany's car industry, but that's not really what the EU got. Just a few weeks ago, there were fresh threats of tariffs and a new July ultimatum from President Trump. Trump was furious the EU hasn't yet implemented its side of the deal, but he didn't mention the reason for that delay. It's because EU lawmakers paused work on the deal earlier this year when, remember this, Trump's threats against Greenland.
I saw so many different posts of Trump on this so-called truth social. It's not truth and it's not social. And therefore, I really don't care.
So now the EU is kind of trying to toughen its stance. Lawmakers have added so-called safeguards to this deal with the US so they can pull the plug if Trump violates this deal down the line. And they seem to be hoping he just doesn't notice. That is a risky strategy. The EU should now meet Trump's July deadline, but if he pushes back on these new strings attached, well, that's bad news for EU exporters.